There is a version of you that already exists, somewhere just up ahead. He trains without overthinking it. He's lean, he's strong, and he moves through the world a little differently. And the strange part, he was never as far away as you were told. Somewhere along the line, getting to him got turned into something way more complicated than it ever needed to be. So let me say the thing that nobody selling you a program really wants to admit in the modern day. Building a body you're actually proud of? Well, it's simpler, much more simple than you actually think. If you've been training for a while and you still don't look the way that you'd hoped, I don't think you're missing some secret exercise or some advanced techniques. I think you're just buried in options. You're drowning in the modern day. Every day you open your phone, someone's telling you the thing you're doing is wrong. Too much volume, not enough volume, wrong split, wrong rep range. You need this supplement, this fasting window, this exact method. It's exhausting, and when everything feels important, nothing actually gets done. Because you're too busy second guessing to just show up and get a little better. You're too busy to just execute the basics. So here's what took me way too long to realize. The guys who look incredible, the natural ones anyway, the ones who actually built it from scratch, almost none of them are doing anything clever. They found a few things that work, and then they did them for years, repeated day in, day out. That's it. That's the secret that isn't actually a secret. The complexity you're wading through isn't there to help you. It's there because keep doing the basics is really hard to sell. Nobody's building a business on telling you it's simple, but it is. Humans have been doing it for years and years and years, but now the modern day industry just overcomplicates everything. So let's strip it back to what actually matters. There are basically 4 things. 1, get stronger on a handful of movements, not 30 exercises, just a simple handful. A press for your chest and your shoulders, a pull for your back, something for your legs. If those numbers are climbing over months, you're progressively overloading, your physique is changing, and that's it. Full stop. 2, eat enough protein. You don't need to weigh every single gram of rice or steak or tuna. You need protein in most meals and roughly your body weight in grams a day. That's the real level that turns training into muscle. Remember, you don't make your muscle in the gym. In the gym is where you tear the muscle down, and it's only in the recovery that you actually start to build that muscle. 3, don't rush the food. If you're natural, you build muscle slowly, so eating like you're trying to gain 20 pounds this month just makes you soft and frustrated. Stay near maintenance, lean gently into a surplus, couple hundred calories of just lean protein and carbs, try and keep the fats low and just be patient. 4, sleep. This is the one that everyone skips because it's boring, but you don't grow in the gym like I mentioned, it's from recovering. 7 to 8 hours does more than any pre-workout ever will. Even for myself, I tend to feel better after 8.5 to 9 hours. Okay, so what does that actually look like as a plan you could copy? Here's the whole thing. Pick 3 or 4 compound lifts and commit to them for the next few months. Something like an incline press, a row or a pull-up, a squat or a leg press, or an overhead press. Every week, try to add a little more to the reps or to the weight, at least one of them, and that's progressive overload, and it's the entire engine. Write your numbers down every time so you can actually see what's happening, so you know what you did on previous weeks and you know how much you need to increase by, just so you're not going into the gym and throwing on whatever weight you feel like doing. That is the opposite of what you should be doing. Even if you don't want to lift a certain weight, if you have already lifted it, that's the minimum that should be going on the bar. Eat protein in most meals, around your body weight in grams a day, and keep your calories close to maintenance so you grow slowly and stay lean. Sleep, like I said, 7 to 8 hours, like it's part of the program, because it really is. It is the recovery part of the program. So don't skip out on it just because you want to be more productive. And then this is the hard part. Do that for 2 years without blowing it up every 3 weeks because someone online said your split is outdated. That's not a beginner plan you graduate from. This is the plan and you stick with it. Any program realistically works as long as you stick to it and keep on doing the basics. Every time you swap, you're making it harder for yourself to stick with something. And I know in the modern day, like, attention spans are not what they used to be, and everyone's looking for a quick dopamine hit. But this delayed gratification that you'll experience over the 2 years lifting is just unlike anything else you probably would have experienced before. You just have to trust the process. Once you have the vision, you find the motivation. The people you look up to are just further down that same road. Now, I want to be honest with you, because I'm not here to sell you a fantasy. Simple doesn't mean easy, and it definitely doesn't mean fast. Simple just means there aren't many things to get right. Easy would mean it happens quickly and naturally, and that won't happen. You're going to have months when nothing seems to change, where you feel like you're doing everything and the mirror just disagrees. That's not the plan failing, that's just the cost of entry. Everyone who has the physique you want paid it. The simplicity is what makes it possible. The patience is what makes it real. So if you take one thing from this, let it be this: you're probably 3 or 4 simple habits and a lot of patience away from the body you're chasing. Not some perfect program you haven't found yet. Stop looking for the secret. You already know what the basics are. Go be boring. Be consistent. Nobody's going to see the boring days, the early sets, the meals you don't skip, the nights you slept instead of scrolled. For me, it's the nights in the gym when no one's around. Literally just me, the music and the weights. But that's where he gets built, quietly, one unremarkable day at a time.